Good morning, rise and shine. It is 6 a.m., but yeah, we're starting off hot and humid, close to 80 degrees this morning.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Hump Day. It is Wednesday, May 22nd.
Thanks for joining us. Some of you are looking forward to an extended weekend, but we have news about those temperatures over the weekend.
And we had asked our meteorologists to please be kind and hold off on putting 100 on the extended forecast for as long as possible. It's okay, buddy. You don't have to run away. It's all right. We knew it was coming.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's going to be just very hot. And of course, you know, that doesn't even take into account the humidity, which it's ridiculously high humidity. There is relief in sight. So that's how I'm going to kind of avoid talking about triple digits, at least in that 3 shot over there. So look out at our camera from Brook City Base. And again, you can't hardly even see the horizon out there or the skyline because of all that humidity. Temperatures, well, we have dropped down 1 degree in the past hour, 79, but 81 at Port SA, 78 in New Braunfels. And then these numbers, the measure moisture in the atmosphere, as I describe it, are just way up there, even, you know, off the chart, basically. It is wet towel, fog up your glasses kind of humidity. We also have heat advisories posted from Atascosa County to the west and down to the southwest. Those heat index readings are going to be 105, 110. So very dangerous. And again, all the numbers, I got to emphasize this, are always in the shade. You're out in the direct sun, it feels even hotter than that. Even though there's not heat advisories elsewhere, obviously, you got to take it easy. Then we have the severe threat, primarily in the hill country north of there. There's a small risk from Uvalde, Hondo, San Antonio, up toward New Braunfels and San Marcos. But again, the greater risk, and the chances of rain are not that great. Something pops, can become severe fairly easily. Temperatures, we are going to make it up through the 80s this morning, topping at 88 at noon. And then later on this afternoon, 96. By the way, 88 is the normal high temperature, so once again, well above normal. Down a degree from yesterday, we'll take that, but that's going to be it because we start climbing back upward. And yes, we are going to hit the triple digits by this weekend, but we'll talk about that relief after the long Memorial Day holiday weekend. More coming up. Traffic Authority, RJ, what's going on?
All right, Mike, things have kind of slowed down a little bit, so that's good news. No major accidents or delays. Let you know about that TransGuide traffic shot you're seeing right there, 9410. That is some ongoing construction taking place, but it looks like they are clearing some things out in that area. I-10 Proband south of downtown, traffic moving pretty well both directions there. Same situation there at 35 at 37. Here's a shot there by Rolling Oaks Mall, 1604 and Mountain Vista, 1604 Nacogdoches. So an update here on this stalled vehicle that we saw earlier there, 410 eastbound at Ingram Road. You see our live camera feed in this moment right now. You see that it looks like they have actually cleared this out. So a couple minutes ago, we did see one of the TxDOT Hero vehicles, emergency vehicles, kind of clear this scene. So it looks like we are smooth sailing in that part of the area right there by Holmes High School. So good news there for our drivers on the west side of town. And we did have some lingering congestion taking place here, 35 410 over in the Von Army area, but it looks like traffic is now moving pretty well in both directions there at 35, especially on the southbound. It was kind of causing a little bit of delays in our area right there. All right, let's look at some outbound drive times right now, and everything is looking pretty good here, including this spot here at Lytle. Earlier, we were just looking at the cameras, taking about 30 minutes to get out from downtown San Antonio to the Lytle area, but that has been cleared out because of that construction that is now out of the way there, 35 southbound. You're taking your trip down from downtown San Antonio all the way to Castroville, 21 minutes. Things looking pretty good there. And if you're headed out to the Bernie area, it's going to take you about 26 minutes to make it out there to the Hill Country and the Bernie area on I-10. Everything else looking pretty good. We will continue to monitor the roads and give you more updates as we get them. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Well, now to an active Amber Alert that just went out to phones across the state. The DeWitt County Sheriff's Office is searching for 2 boys, 4-year-old Aiden Ribera and 5-year-old Angel Ribera. They were last seen last night around 9 p.m. in Yorktown between Kennedy and Cuero, southeast of San Antonio. Now, authorities are also looking for 24-year-old Julian Ribera, who's the suspect in their abduction and spotted in San Antonio. So Julian Ribera is driving a black 2007 Chevy Tahoe with a Texas license plate number FVK0342. If you have any information, you are asked to call deputies at the number on your screen right now, and that number is 361-275-5734.
In your morning headlines, San Antonio police say they are looking for two suspects who shot a man at a West Side dollar store parking lot overnight. Happened around 10:45 in the 5800 block of Culebra, not far from Callahan. Police say the man and woman were trying to meet someone in the parking lot of the closed store when two men they did not know approached them in their truck. Police say the man became worried and tried to drive off, and that's when the suspects started shooting at the truck, striking the man twice in the back. He is now at the hospital in critical condition. The suspects got away and no arrests have been made.
Also new this morning, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing teen who vanished on Monday night. 17-year-old Adia Kerwan was last seen at her home on Plum Valley Drive. That is on the city's far northwest side near Sonoma Ranch. So if you have any information, you are asked to call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, and that number is on your screen.
80 morning headlines. Cleanup efforts continue in Houston. Almost a week after destructive and deadly storms blew through the area, at least 8 people have died. And at the storm's peak, nearly 900,000 customers were without power. Now to an up-close look at some of the devastation in Houston that came after the storms had passed.
Jennifer Guerra says her family lost everything after an accidental fire involving a generator.
Corley Peel with our sister station KPRC spoke to her about what happened and where they go from here.
What do you think when you see all this?
It breaks my heart, honestly, to see that, I lived here for so long, and that now I don't have anything to come back to. That we're gonna have to demolish my memories that I had growing up.
Jennifer Guerra's childhood home is gone.
Rest in peace, house.
This is a neighbor's cell phone video. It captured the furious flames and smoke attacking the house. This was midnight on Friday, hours after a storm ripped through. This large tree falling on top of what used to be her family's roof, instantly knocking out their power.
We had leaks in our kitchen prior to all of this happening.
The family plugged in their generator that has saved them during previous storms.
That's the generator.
And why did you have it so close to your home?
We paid a lot of money for this generator. For somebody to just steal it, we were just not okay with that idea. So we had it midway in, midway out.
Guerra says her mother heard the generator shut off.
But when she stepped out of her room, she seen all the flames and everything that was happening. That's when she just started knocking on our doors and screaming out hey, get out, there's a fire in the kitchen.
With only the clothes on their backs, Guerra, her mother and 2 sisters frantically rushed out of the home, but they couldn't get service to call 911.
I'll tell you, we were screaming at the top of our lungs because 911 wasn't answering, so we were just anybody's attention that we can get.
Everything going up in smoke.
Neighbors rushed to help as firefighters arrived, but Guerra couldn't find her 3 cats. The next day, 2 of her cats were found in the rubble with burned paws and fur, suffering from smoke inhalation. Her very first cat, Poraki, is still nowhere to be found.
I want to hope that he's okay, that maybe he's just running around the neighborhood, that he just doesn't know. But I really do think he passed away.
Guerra now left picking up the pieces of her childhood.
And that was Corley Peel with our sister station KPRC reporting in Houston. Guerra says, unfortunately, the family did not have home or car insurance, and she is not sure how they will recover. She says the next time they use a generator, it will be a safe distance from the home.
Well, back here at home, a San Antonio nonprofit is working to help people in Houston affected by the storms and the aftermath. The Texas Diaper Bank is asking for donations. The items they need the most are baby and even adult diapers, along with wipes. Asking for women's hygiene products. If you want to help or just want to make a monetary donation, you can email devdirector@texasdiaperbank.org, or you can call this number, 210-731-8118. San Antonio, I know you have big hearts and you want to help out. We also have a link so you can donate on our website at ksat.com.
Well, time now, 6:09 and 79 degrees for now.
Still to come, McDonald's giving away free Chicken McNuggets today. How you can cash in on the offer before 6:30.
And after the break, our Great Graduate Series continues. They're going to bring you the story of a mother of 4 whose hard work is paying off.
6:13 on your Wednesday morning. Welcome back to GMSA. Graduation season is underway, and we're celebrating a handful of great grads across the Alamo City.
Well, KSAT 12 producer Haley Powers introduces us to a mother of 4 who's looking to set an example for her children to never give up when things get tough.
Yvonne Andrews is no stranger to hard work. She worked 2 jobs, went to school, all while raising her 15-year-old son. But to her, it's all worth it.
It was struggles every day, going to work from one job, second job, school, home. It was a struggle every day, but I finished.
She graduated from Northwest Vista College with her community healthcare worker certificate in April. Her inspiration and desire to help others started as a young child.
I want to give back, right? So I want to be able to help struggling mothers or young teens who are out here. So that's what made me get into it.
As a teen, Andrews faced struggles. She got pregnant and had to drop out of high school. But she knew she wanted to provide for her baby and future children. So she got her GED and eventually worked multiple jobs. Things changed for her when COVID hit. She lost her job and needed help with housing. That's when she was able to get into Opportunity Home's Family Sufficiency Program. She had a roof over her head and a job helping people learn computer skills.
Well, it was teaching computer classes to residents who didn't have the skills, so that way they can get skills to either work at home, learn how to do their resume.
On top of teaching with Opportunity Home, she was also able to get accepted into the Ready to Work program, which allowed her to go to Northwest Vista College to get her CHW certificate. Andrew says she is forever grateful for the chances Opportunity Home has given her.
I just feel like the program that they have, a lot of people should take into it because it works. I'm a year in and I've graduated. I'm going back.
Andrews will be going back to Northwest Vista to get her associates in applied science. She hopes her youngest son can see his mom's perseverance.
When my youngest was there, he watched me walk the stage. He held my hand. He hugged me. He was like, "You did it. I'm proud of you." I said, "So if I can do it, what does that mean?" That means you can do it.
Andrews knows if she can do it, anyone can.
Don't give up. Ask questions. I ask questions every day.
Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
Time now is 6:15.
Let's check back in with RJ Marquez, who is running around like crazy this morning.
Yeah, definitely getting my steps in. Guys may have noticed using a little bit of different graphics here for our traffic. So, it's a work in progress, but we are getting there. I-10 at the Y, traffic moving pretty smooth. If you see that traffic out of the downtown area, of course, we still have that bridge work that is taking place on the upper levels from Poplar up to Fulton Avenue. So we see there, Probant, that shot. So let's show you, it's actually been a little bit quiet out there in the roads right now, which is good. Again, kind of learning some things right now, but we do have an incident here, a stall right there, Loop 410 southbound at Medina Base Road. So it's going to be our camera right there at Ray Ellison. We do see some emergency vehicles out there on the scene. So again, this is going to be affecting all of our drivers coming in from the Lackland City area down on 410 off of Highway 90. And of course, right here is Medina Base Road. Right here is Ray Ellison Boulevard. And even if you go a little bit further south, that's going to be Old Pearsall Road. So trying to get a little bit more information on what's going on right there, but it is being reported as a stall on the southbound lanes of 410 at Medina Base Road. Let's show you a couple of inbound and outbound traffic times here real quick. If you're about to step outside right now, obviously a lot of people making their way out into the roads right now during our 6 o'clock hour, and things looking pretty good. Outbound times, kind of focus a little bit on some of the southern areas here earlier. Take a look at 22 minutes going up 281 to Bulverde and 28 minutes to New Braunfels. So that's good, but you're not seeing too much of a delay out there for our drivers making their way through 35 and 410. All right, how about coming into San Antonio? Same situation here as well. Again, just kind of keeping an eye on New Braunfels there. About 30 minutes coming in from there. If you're coming in from Seguin, legit half an hour there, and 32 minutes if you're coming up to the Floresville area on Highway 181, also known as the old Corpus Christi Highway for all of our folks who used to drive out there. 1604 Mountain Vista. Interesting. That might be a new camera. I'm going to check with TxDOT after our show, because that's a camera on 1604 at Rolling Oaks, and to my knowledge, I hadn't seen anything on that stretch in that area in terms of our TransGuide camera. So that might be a new one that they're trying out.
We've never had a camera out there.
I was going to say, 1604 Mountain Vista. That's right by the Rolling Oaks area on the kind of that northeast side of town. So Yeah, we'll check in with them. Trying to sneak that one by us.
All right.
I like the graphics.
We got you.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
everything looks great. And I love TransGuide on the graphics.
Yeah,
That's
that
really
was cool.
You can also do some different angles. So, you know what? We're working. Trial and error. So, we're getting through.
Bravo.
RJ with the 3D tilt on the maps this morning.
And we were talking about him getting his steps in because he does it on one end of the studio.
Right.
The weather lab's on the other end of the studio, and it's what, 50 feet across there. And the computer where he is isn't quite set up for. So
And a consultant from our graphics is over there helping. Hi, Avery. Hi, Avery. Hi. Thanks for being here.
He's shy. So, you know, a lot of folks are thinking about pool this weekend, which is a great idea. And it's one of the situations, though, where you hop in the water, get fresh, and then come out, and it's not going to feel that refreshing because there's so much humidity out there. The water really can't evaporate that quickly off your body to cool you down. You know, if you have really dry air, and it can be 100 degrees dry air, and you are chilled if you hop out of the pool. So, I mean, I'll still take a pool over standing outside, but it may not feel as refreshing when you get out of it as you would hope, but just got to take it easy when you're outside. Lots of water, to drink lots of water all the way through the forecast. 77 this morning, cloudy skies. I mean, just a ton of humidity out there. It's actually up compared to the past couple of mornings. 96 later on today. A stray storm or two is going to be possible primarily in the hill country later on, and of course, just that. Well, how would you describe it? Ridiculous, oppressive humidity? Come up with a word, you three.
Houston.
Houston humidity? Okay.
The air you can wear.
Okay.
Nice. Weighty, yes. Definitely
Weighty,
you can
yes.
feel the weight on your shoulders.
All those describe it.
and
gives it that hazy look, too, combined with some of the smoke in the atmosphere. But a beautiful picture. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect shot right there. All right, here's our view from Brook City Base. And yeah, look at that. You can't even see the skyline out there because of all that humidity. So as far as the upper level winds, what we're going to be getting into, and I need to adjust something very quickly on my maps here to get the right one popped up. But we do see the chance for, or we are going to be seeing, I should say, some breaks in the humidity as well as temperatures once we get into the middle of next week. But here's what goes through the rest of next week into June. Still leaning toward the above normal side here, or the odds of being above normal with temperatures. As far as precipitation, little bit out there toward late next week, I think, is going to be the best opportunity for that. And then going into the first week of June, still everything wants to lean toward the warm side of things. Maybe a shower or two, but it's not looking very promising. Here's the upper level winds and what we have going on. The high is trying to dominate things, but we still have this southwesterly flow. So that's what's keeping the chance for a couple of showers around here over the course of the next couple of days. I really wouldn't count on too much of anything. That will be the situation kind of through the weekend. Then as we get into the first part of the week, Monday is going to be very hot. However, the high just barely slides to the west a little bit. We get this trough trying to develop over there around the Great Lakes. That puts us into a bit of a northwesterly flow. That helps to get rid of some of the humidity, eases temperatures somewhat, so at least we get a break. We're still going to be at or slightly above normal even going into next week, but it ain't going to be like what it is this week. Excuse my grammar. It's 97 at noon, or excuse me, tomorrow I should say, we'll be at 88 at noon, and then couldn't avoid it, triple digits, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but we get that bit of a break there on Tuesday. More after this.
I'm getting vaccinated with Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Come on. I already got a pneumonia vaccine, but I'm asking about the added protection of Prevnar 20.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved in adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects were pain and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, fatigue, headache, and joint pain.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
I don't want to risk ending up in the hospital with pneumococcal pneumonia.
That's why I chose Prevnar 20.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about the Pfizer vaccine for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Well, looking ahead, if you want to get your groove on while learning a new dance, San Antonio Parks and Rec is opening up registration for summer dance and music classes tomorrow. Students ages 4 and up can learn dances or new instruments, perform at recitals, become musicians, and make new memories with the city's summer program from June 10th through August 4th. Registration opens up tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
And a nationally recognized STEM camp designed to make innovation fun is returning to San Antonio. Camp Invention, which is a program of the National Inventors Hall of Fame, will start at St. Thomas More School. This is on June 3rd. So the camp is taught by local educators, and campers will use hands-on activities during the lessons to promote STEM learning. So we're going to have that full story and how to sign up on our website at KSAT.com.
And McDonald's giving away free 6-piece Chicken McNuggets when you order on the McDonald's app today. No purchase necessary to claim the free nuggets. You just need to download the app and join My McDonald's Rewards to claim it. If you're looking for something sweet, McDonald's launched its new Grandma McFlurry sweet treat yesterday. The new limited edition McFlurry features vanilla soft serve with a smooth syrup and crunchy candy pieces like the ones Grandma keeps in her purse without the lint.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. That's interesting. Time now 6:26 and 79 degrees for now.
Outside with live cam as we go to break. The sun is slowly coming up on another hazy, almost smoky day across south central Texas. We'll be back. Outside with live cam this morning. It really did not cool down much overnight. Still hovering right around 80 degrees. And if you saw that milky shade to the sky yesterday, we're still dealing with some of that smoke that's been coming up from the agricultural fires down in Mexico.
Yep, still hot. Well, good morning. It is 6:30, and we made it to Wednesday, May 22nd.
Happy Hump Day. Mike is here with a look at how hot things are going to get later on today. I mean, there's no changing that headline, is there?
No, it's hot, humid, and getting hotter and staying humid all through the holiday weekend. And yeah, you were talking about the smoke, and that gets mixed with all that humidity. And I mean, this is... I don't think we can even see the skyline even less than what it was a half an hour ago. The humidity's actually been going up and is higher than it was yesterday at this time. Remember, this number was right about 72, 73. Now we're up to 75. A couple of degrees doesn't seem like it makes that much of a difference, but when you get these dew points this high, yes, it does make a whole bunch of difference, and temperatures are up as well. We've got the southeasterly breeze just continuing to pump the humidity in there. That's all it's doing right now. 80 at Port SA, 81, 80 at Stinson, 81 at Pleasanton, and yeah, I mean, up mid 70s for these numbers. Obviously, wrong reading there in Castroville, but that's just ridiculous. And even for us, when we have, our summer humidity, this is pushing things. And speaking of pushing things, we do have heat advisories to the south and to the southwest. Atascosa County down from there because those heat index readings are going to be 105, 110, which you really, really got to watch it. Then we've got on the kind of the flip side of that, the threat for a couple of severe storms. Rain chances aren't that great here, but we do have that small risk. San Antonio over toward Uvalde, Del Rio, a little bit better up around Kerrville, Fredericksburg, and then the better risk is going to be further on up to the north. We'll have a couple of them developing later on this afternoon, but like I said, the chances of rain are not all that great. Mid-90s, very humid. Those stray storms primarily up to the north. Then tomorrow, Friday, we start to creep up a little bit with temperatures. Still, a storm can't be ruled out in the afternoon, one or two of them. And we go into the weekend, very hot, very humid. Yep, gonna do it. 100 high temperature here in town. Saturday, Sunday, as well as Monday. However, relief is in sight. We do get a bit of a break, down a few degrees, closer to normal by Tuesday in the middle of the week, and the humidity drops down. Hopefully some rain later on. Rain chances still aren't looking great next week, but at least, like I said, we get a break from some of the heat and this extreme humidity. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, what's going on out there?
All right, Mike, actually things are looking pretty good. If you're about to step outside, let's show you a couple of things taking place across the greater San Antonio area. You see right there, Loop 410, 35 South, that ongoing construction that is cleared out from overnight. 281 there at Loop 410, right by the San Antonio International Airport, North Star Mall. We are good to go in that area there, as well as 281 Hildebrand for all of our drivers heading up on 281 near the quarry and the San Antonio Zoo area. Biggest thing we're seeing at the moment right now is we still have this stalled vehicle being reported at Loop 410 southbound at Medina Base Road. So this is going to be for all of our drivers coming in from 90 right here, and it's right here in this area, a little bit south of Lackland City, headed to Ray Ellison. That's our camera shot that we're seeing at the moment right now, but it is off to the shoulder there, but something that might cause a little bit of delays there if you're coming in from 90 onto the 410 area, and vice versa, as we see a couple different things taking place in that part of town. Let's give you one more quick look at our inbound drive times here, because we do have some yellow on our screen now, and that's going to be, of course, the Castroville area. That, of course, is a little bit busy as we make our way on the west side of town. Quick check of gas prices here, according to AAA Texas, and we've seen a nice decrease here, $3.13 across the San Antonio area, a little bit lower than the statewide average, and we will continue to follow this as we get closer to Memorial Day weekend. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Friday marks 2 years since the tragedy at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde.
Well, new this morning on KSAT.com, our Steve Spriester sits down with Arnulfo Reyes. He is the teacher who was shot that day and survived. 11 of his students died.
2 years later, he's talking about life now, and here's some of what he had to say.
When you think about that day, how has it changed Uvalde?
It flipped Uvalde upside down. I mean, I don't think we're the same community as we were before. But a lot of things have come out, and so, I mean, a lot of people are more aware of how this town is run, what made this town go round, you know. But it has divided our community a lot.
Right now on KSAT.com, you can watch this Spriester session and hear the 17-minute interview. He also talks about survivor's guilt and being honored with the teaching award by the group Lives Robbed. It's all on our homepage, and then be sure to tune in on Friday. We'll have live coverage throughout the day, 2 years after the tragedy in Uvalde.
Meanwhile, today in Uvalde, the families of 19 of the victims will hold a press conference. And right now, the details are not clear, but we do know that the families will be joined by their attorneys to make an important announcement. The press conference will begin at noon. We will be there, and it will be live streamed on our website at KSAT.com.
Back here in San Antonio, testimony will continue today in the murder trial of Daniel Garcia. He's accused of beating a 5-year-old boy to death back in 2021. Footage of the little boy's last moments were shown to jurors yesterday. The boy's mom and Garcia's ex-girlfriend, Nicole Aguilar, is also charged in that child's death. She testified against Garcia as part of a plea deal detailing what happened in the hours after the boy died and the lengths that she says the pair went to cover it up. KSAT is live streaming this trial. You can watch more testimony when it starts up again this morning on all of our streaming platforms. That includes KSAT.com, the free KSAT Plus app, and KSAT's YouTube page.
This morning, during talks of a Toyota expansion, a divisive proposal has local landowners near the Toyota plant fuming. The City of San Antonio's Planning Commission wants to limit what can be built around Toyota in the name of health and safety. However, as a couple of landowners tell our John Paul Barajas, they want to put the brakes on the city's buffer zone plans.
Why don't they focus on building great cars and stop hindering our developments? Toyota is striving in profit at the cost, yes sir, at the cost of landowners and developers.
Landowners near San Antonio's Toyota plant had a lot to say at today's City Zoning Commission meeting.
This is a travesty conducted by the City of San Antonio in a back room with Toyota.
Their frustrations focus on a proposal, an industrial compatibility overlay district. So what does that mean? The city's planning department wants to create a 2-mile buffer zone around Toyota's facility to limit nearby commercial and residential development.
The city planning department just needs to answer a lot of questions that went unanswered today.
This landowner asked to remain anonymous, but he says he's upset because the proposed buffer would limit what property owners can do with their land.
It's ridiculous. I'm sick of what's going on constantly. Everybody is always trying to get their hand in my pocket, and I'm over here just trying to make a living.
The city's presentation says 2,843 properties would be affected. Its goal, to quote, protect public health and safety by minimizing potential negative impacts by operations from heavy industrial uses. An explanation that landowners we spoke to aren't buying.
No traffic study, no environmental study, no land use study, there's nothing. There's somebody came with the number 2, and now they just want to impose this in all the landowners.
For now, the Zoning Commission is putting its decision on hold until July. Members of the commission recommended getting more public input before a final vote.
I'm not real impressed with how little thought was put into reaching out. And there were a number of occasions as a community had questions here where they were asking about the process. You should have every process that may be related to this particular rezoning and overlay district thought through and be prepared to answer questions and make amendments by the time that public input meeting happens.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Happening today, should horse-drawn carriages hoof it out of downtown or out of the city altogether? A proposed ban is on the Transportation Advisory Board's agenda later this afternoon here in San Antonio. Local carriage companies say they plan to be there. Ban supporters have cited safety on crowded downtown streets and animal welfare concerns. The idea will not go before a city council committee until at least next month, and it's unclear when the idea might be up for a vote, if ever.
Well, time now 6:39 and 79 degrees for now. Well, just ahead, 3 graduates from John Jay High School are headed to the U.S. Naval Academy. We're going to hear from them as our Great Grad series continues.
Just about 6:43. This morning's Great Grads surrounded themselves with like-minded peers, good role models, and it is paying off.
Our Patty Santos is highlighting not 1, not 2, but 3 seniors from the same high school headed to the coveted U.S. Naval Academy. Good morning, Patty.
Hey, good morning, guys. I want to introduce you to Jackson, Devin, and Caleb. All 3 are with John Jay Science and Engineering Academy, and they are now headed to a career in engineering at the coveted Navy Academy.
3 of San Antonio's brightest and hardest working headed for Annapolis, Maryland this summer.
They call it plebe summer, and straight into it. We're straight into it, working out. I'm sure. None of us really know exactly how it's going to work. Yeah. But I'm sure we'll see a lot of each other working out and stuff.
The brotherhood started freshman year.
We've all known each other since freshman year, and I've always hung around these 2.
Inspired by his grandfather, Devin Guller always wanted to serve, but it was a trip to Lexington as a Cub Scout that locked in his vision for the Naval Academy.
It stuck with me this whole time, and ever since then I've always tried to do everything that I can to better myself, be as the best person I can be, whether it be academically or physically.
Jackson Gutierrez, son of John Jay football coach, grew up around sports, working hard to someday play college football.
I got offered a scholarship to play by Navy and Army, and that really opened up my just eyes about the opportunities of not just the Naval Academy, but academies in general, and the prestige of the degree and the opportunities you have when you graduate. Of course, like going into the military and having a job.
With a nudge from his friend Devin, his decision on Navy was sealed. Then there's Caleb Garza.
I was raised around a lot of military family. I had grandparents in the military. They served in Vietnam. I had a family that served in Iraq, and some family that actually went to the Naval Academy.
Last July, Devin once again stepped in.
I remember we had a great conversation about the academies, and it really pushed me a little bit more to really look into it, and I applied, and here we are now.
All 3 now on the same path.
They call it the brotherhood there. That's their big thing, and the brotherhood reminds me of John Jay. Like the strength of the Mustang is the herd, right? Like I said, the people you surround yourself with will be that'll tell you how successful you'll be.
Their success is one part driven by each other, their community, and self-motivation.
So every single practice, I have one of them telling me, get up, or you gotta push, and it's just paid off at the end of the day.
Just create a community. It's just putting your children in the best place that they can to grow.
You can tell who somebody is by the people they hang around.
And all three of them, of course, play sports, and they also coach younger kids because they want to give back. And I know we talked about how difficult it is to get into this academy. I looked up some numbers. In the 2027 class had 14,000 plus applicants. Only about 1,300 were offered, and of that, 1,100 committed to going to the Navy.
Oh my goodness.
It's elite,
Yes.
for sure. They're going to be outstanding midshipmen, and we wish them the best.
Yeah, they're already outstanding, to be honest. So
Jackson, Devin, and Caleb. Yep. Congratulations. Wise beyond your years, for sure.
Thank you, Patty.
All right.
646, 79 degrees.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I was saying, I was telling Patty that Jackson was their quarterback this year, led John Jay on an incredible run in the football playoffs. So he's definitely a born leader, and Coach Gutierrez has done an amazing job out there just building that program. Of course, very proud of his son there. As we take a look at our TransGuide traffic cameras, traffic building in downtown area, I-10 at the Y. Take a look here, 90 at 410 had some ongoing construction in those areas there, but seems to be moving pretty well there. I-10 at Probrat on the south side of town. Traffic moving pretty well, but a couple of things to let you know about, so let's get right to them here. Let's show you our maps because we do have some actually congestion that's because of a crash here. Loop 410 eastbound Somerset Road. As we take a look at our TransGuide traffic camera there, and you're seeing some heavy buildup here. This is right before the Somerset exit, so if you're coming off of 410 right now, 35, of course we had some construction earlier on 35 at Fisher Road, so things have certainly been busy out there for our folks on the southwest side of town. So again, 410 eastbound Somerset Road. Take a look here at one more incident taking place here, Loop 410 South Medina Base Road, and we still have a stalled vehicle in that area right there causing some delays. Actually, look, that is actually cleared out. There we go. Some real-time updates for you right there. The rest of the city, everything else is looking pretty good. And guys, I did confirm that 1604, they have added 4 new cameras there. So yeah, those cameras became operational yesterday. Basically, we saw that Mountain Vista Drive camera, Lookout Road, Nacogdoches Road. So those are 3 of them. So we got some new cameras along 1604, finally.
That's great, because that was where a huge gap was on a growing part of town. Eventually, of course, we'll have more cameras down on the south end of town as that grows.
Yes, yep, all over.
All right, Archie.
All over the place.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay, back to the 3 guys going to the Naval Academy. The one Jackson is the quarterback?
Jackson's the quarterback.
Okay, so he may like the Army-Navy game, not necessarily this fall, but perhaps we may be seeing him.
I mean, it's my understanding he's going to play for them. So he's also got, so he was a great player for them. Runner, thrower, and led them, I think, on their longest run since like the 90s.
Yes.
I want to say,
yes.
like the regional finals.
It was a big deal in the John Jay community. People were seeing people who, it's been years since we've been in school where it's like, let's go to the game, let's go to the game. So congrats to all 3 again.
Yeah, all 3. That's really, really impressive. So, all right, take a look at this picture. The moon is going to be technically full tomorrow, but boy, what a great shot. And that's from a phone camera too. So look at the haze over it. I think that's because of all the humidity, not that the camera's out of focus. But thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Speaking of haze, looking off to the east from our airport camera, and yeah, I mean, you can almost just cut that humidity with a knife. 97 yesterday, 103 in Laredo, Cotulla 100, 99 Pleasanton, New Braunfels. Yeah, just broiling temperatures. 96 today, but still a lot of 99s, some triple digits out there along the Rio Grande Valley, of course. And then what these numbers really don't tell the whole story because you had all the humidity out there as well. So here's the computer models later on today. Showers, a few thunderstorms trying to pop up. Out to the west there, Rock Springs, Uvalde, maybe a couple of showers, and then up to the north is where the majority of the rain is going to continue to develop later on tonight. And this wants to bring kind of a line down to the south in the late night hours, wee hours of tomorrow, and then sort of fading on out. That's one computer model. The other one, which is not as bullish with the rain, yes, does have kind of the same scenario out there to the west with some of those storms developing, obviously up there to the north, but really doesn't have anything holding together. So again, you've got two completely different opinions, if you will, of the storm or the rain threat or no rain threat. Now, we do have the severe threat, though, with some of these storms. And that does go as far south as San Antonio or toward Hondo, Uvalde. But the greater chance, the greater risk is going to be further on up there to the north. Odds of rain I don't think are all that great, but if something pops, yeah, it can become strong to severe. Humidity remains just ridiculously high through the weekend, through Monday as well. But by late Monday, we're going to start to see a drop in the dew point temperatures. We get a break from the humidity. We get a break from this extreme heat. but we got to make it through tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Low temperatures stay in the upper 70s, low 80s. We slowly increase in temperatures going in through the weekend. And yes, I was getting thumbs down from my cohorts here earlier after I put triple digits on the graphic.
Yeah.
That's, how dare you, RJ, to do that. He's like, what? What did I do?
But again, in all seriousness, heat index readings well up into the hundreds. Yeah, got to take it easy.
Okay,
We'll
thank you,
watch
Mike.
out for it.
We got to move on. 6:51, 79 degrees.
Well, looking ahead, we are hitting the road before you do as travelers take off for Memorial Day weekend. We're going to be live at Buc-ee's tomorrow on GMSA.
Sun is up and you're watching GMSA. Quick look outside with live cam. We'll be back quick. What did I say, quack?
I think cook, because it is hot outside.
We'll be back.
All right, guys, one last quick check of traffic here as we take a look at some of our TransGuide traffic cameras, and things looking pretty good. Got a couple of stalls across the city of San Antonio area as we take a look. 35, 37, starting to see kind of some buildup there, especially in the downtown area. Let's see if we could get one more citywide look, and that's one of our new cameras there, 1604 in Mountain Vista. Give a quick city look here. So we have kind of cleared out a couple of things, especially that incident there on the west side of town, right there at 410 going up to 90. It looks like we are kind of clear from that area despite some congestion there. And 410 eastbound over there at 35, we have cleared out that crash, so we should see things getting a little bit better in that area, and some congestion in the downtown area, obviously, with all that bridge work taking place on the westbound lanes of I-10, the upper level, still causing some delays for all of our drivers coming out from the downtown at the Y area. So we'll give you more updates on traffic during our cut-ins coming up at 7:26, but things looking pretty good if you're stepping outside right now.
Maps look awesome, buddy.
Yes, thanks, guys.
If you haven't stepped outside yet, it's even more humid this morning than what it was yesterday, believe it or not. Yes, temperature, we're back up to 80, mid-70s all around the area. Normal low should be in the upper 60s right now. Heat advisories formally posted in our southwestern counties, but of course you just got to really watch it with this extreme heat and humidity. We do have a severe threat primarily in the hill country. Small chance for rain, but anything pops could become strong with large hail and high winds. 96 high temperature today, maybe a stray storm the next couple of days. We slowly creep upward, and yeah, we are looking at triple digits through the weekend. Memorial Day, heat on the heat index, the humidity on top of that, but we get a break by Tuesday.
All right, we'll be careful over the long weekend, and we're looking forward to that 91 on Tuesday.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Thanks for joining us.
GMA is next.